But I mean, let's try it out. Next person who tries to join, I'll go ahead and let them in. If you guys want to draw with me or something. Yeah, so what am I drawing? This is one of the many characters in the world of Demonation. This guy's name is Zakum. I can't talk too much about him because he comes way later in the story, but I need to do, like, some of my homework is to actually flesh out the world, design the characters, and that's what you're witnessing right here. This is called concept sketching. The end goal for this phase of concept mastery, it's to have a character sheet with some information about each character, prop, or environment, and having a body pose, an action pose, and maybe profile, like profile shots, kind of like this, or a side shot, colored, inked, and in the computer, all on one sheet with the template. It's really important that if you're working on your own manga or comic book or whatever, you try to flesh it out, flesh out the world. That is a part of the process of really developing a high quality series that feels like it's its own world that you could get lost in. Thanks, Sans. So this guy's an ogre. His name is Zakum. In my story, it takes place in a world where fairy tales are real, but humans, something happened to their soul that made them lose their ability to see fairy tales, for the most part. There are some humans that are awake in the story, meaning they can see the fairy tale creatures around them. And there are others who are their whole life pretty much manipulated and guided like sheep. These people are called asleep in the story. And unfortunately, they're the majority of humanity in the story world of Demonation, at least in the beginning. I mean, there's more that happens, of course. This is a long story. I've been developing this since I was like, I don't know, since I was in middle school, since I was like, I would say 8th grade or even 9th grade, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been developing the concept for a very long time. And a lot of that, was really me developing my skill set, I feel, as well as the story world and getting lost in my imagination. But for the most part, those early years when I was younger, was the fleshing out of my own skills to get to a place where I feel comfortable in producing this story. I highly recommend people who are on this path of becoming a creator, whatever it is you're doing, uh, but specifically if you're doing comics, to really create a story world that people can get lost in, because that's what you're selling. You're selling a story world. It's not just like a little quick children's book. Even a children's book is a story world. Like, think about it. Think about Dr. Seuss, for example. Green Eggs and Ham, all that. Those characters, what are they called? The Who's or whatever. Those guys are in their own verse, and there are so many spin-off series that came out of that universe of character design and stories and shapes. You know, Dr. Seuss, man, like, he really created his own world, and people admire him for that, right? They're like, wow, this guy created Whoville. You know, he started off with Cat in the Hat and ended up with Whoville, man. So you have to be aware that your characters live somewhere. They live in, your imagination, sure, but they live in a world, and you got to be aware of what that world is. What's the conflicts of them? What the heck is going on there? You know, what will produce a kind of terrorist ogre looking dude that I'm working on right here, right? Like, what is the situation going on in the world of your story? Super important to be aware of that, but don't get lost in world building as well, because that was me for a very long time. Unless, you know, you're working on something as big as like One Piece or something, or, you know, you have like a big aspiration. I would say that you really need to, for me, if I could like turn back the clock, I would say like, if I was focused more on actual production and fleshing out the concepts instead of just thinking about them and drawing them whenever I felt inspired, that would have really sped up my process. But that's all right. We have to learn the hard way sometimes, and as long as you learned that you really didn't waste your time, it just maybe took you a little longer for it to sink in deeper, right? So don't feel like, you know, you're so behind if you are in compared to your contemporaries, right? You have to acknowledge that some people learn things because it takes longer for them to learn, but that knowledge goes way deeper than somebody who just took action right away because that's just what they were called to. So you can learn on your way, you know, as you do it, and you're spontaneous, that's fine, but just know that you don't want to get lost in your imagination or overthinking or anything like that, because it's really something that will rob you of years. I'll say that for sure. But just get on it, identify what it is you need to have at the end of the day in your hands, and start pumping out content ASAP. You know, so I have a lot of these actually, but I just recently started showing a live stream production, but a lot of this stuff, like, I have a storage place where I put these ideas, and I spend a little bit of time on this concept mastery phase, and then I go to volume work, right, which is working on the actual book, you know, finishing the actual books, actually, because it's a whole series. So you have to compartmentalize all of the different sides of all the stations you got to work at. You're the cook, you know, you're not just making the main dishes, you also got to make the dessert, you also got to make all of it, you know. So I think I talked enough. I'm gonna get lost again, but please enjoy, and if I feel like tuning in a little bit again, I will. All right, guys. So when I put an X, by the way, it means that I'm gonna be aware that I need to turn it into black. I need to fill those areas. gonna actually add white here. I'm gonna give him white pupils. I feel like, I don't know if you guys ever seen Mulan, but this guy, he kind of gives me Attila the Hun vibes, you know? Like, he has this warlord type energy. Like, this guy will hunt you down and, you know, kill you if you're on his hit list. Like, literally. He'll go and he'll spend the fucking month pretending to be the mailman or some shit just to get you. But that's only if he has to. He'd rather just destroy everything in his path. Okay, got that. Let's see. So his Adam's apple's there. Here. I'm gonna give him a bulletproof vest, some armor. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you gotta invest. If you want to be a mangaka, a comic book creator, invest in one of these. It's so worth it. It's super expensive and ancient, yeah, sure, but you just need one of these to produce your entire series. This is a fountain pen. It's a Waterman fountain pen. These are like 100 years old. They're super expensive, but you can produce your whole freaking story with this. I'm telling you guys, super clutch. If you like nibs, that's cool, but I mean, I don't like to dip and waste my time dipping and all that. That's just annoys the crap out of me. I'd rather have something flow, kick ass with. This 100 years old. 100 years old. Shit. Okay. Alrighty. Get back into it. Just gonna do some outlining, and then I gotta go on to the next concept sketch, and then I gotta start doing some page work. Okay, I'm just gonna put an X there because I gotta fill that in. Color this guy actually a little bit. Okay. I don't mind it. Okay. Best. I should probably look at reference, but I'm okay. I'm okay. So you want to figure out a system for yourself and kind of stick to it. You really don't want to change too much because your goal is to spin that wheel as quick as possible. So right now what you just saw is I sketched something right in front of you guys. I had an idea. I have some references on the side. And I tightened up the pencil work, the sketch. After tightening it up, I liked what I had. I said, okay, I'm gonna ink it. I inked the line work. I put X's where I'm gonna fill in the black for the next phase, which is what you're seeing right now, which is me filling in the blacks. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for, I'm probably gonna do the whites next, just because I want to put in his eyes. He does have eyes. They are, maybe they're white, maybe they're yellow, but I'm gonna work from a monochrome angle to a grayscale to a colored angle, right? Like you don't want to just jump straight to color, you know, because you wanna just kind of figure out what it is that would suit this guy's design, like what colors he is. I gotta add some gray over here because I need to differentiate. I'm gonna add some tone as well. So I'm gonna do blacks, whites, tone. Yay! Not too much. But oh, you gotta move it real quick, or else it's gonna make the paper. Oh shit! It's already too late, huh? Ah! See, don't squeeze too much, you know. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That's all good. Oh no! I gotta spread this shit out. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and add some white out so I can start like locking in the line work for it. Now, I actually don't use a nib for the white. Just use this Presto. This Presto whiteout. It's super clutch. The white is brilliantly white, to be honest. But there is white ink. I just find that whenever I did white ink, it was kind of gray. I didn't really find good white ink. Even the like Molotov and the Posca, it's not light enough for what I'm going for. Might have put too much white out there, but you know, I could always put more black in. I use some cheap markers, disposable. I highly recommend you get these. Yeah, they're only like $2 a pop. You know, super clutch. I have like 20 of these. They last a while too, and they go good with this whiteout. So the whiteout dries pretty quick. I'm gonna add some more layered line work to it. Gotta clean it. Do it again. Go. Tighten it up a little bit. Right, so now we're dealing with whites. right? So it's all white out or white ink, whatever you use. Where's all the white gonna appear? All his teeth, right? There's gonna be a little bit of that, a little bit of shine there. Color is also gonna be a little white. This also, by the way, is super clutch with Copic markers, because once it dries, you can put a Copic marker. Let's pretend I wanted to make his eyes brilliantly red, like super bright red, right? If you actually color with the red Copic, you'll see like, oh shit, his eyes. So I'm actually gonna do that right now for you guys so you can see. Lipstick red. That, okay. Yeah, that's fine. It should have dried by now. Oh, that's dope, huh? He's looking like a beast. Shit, what should I add? Should I make it yellow, round? Should I make it green? What would be cool? Orange? Or just keep it red? I don't mind just keeping it red. I can always play with more color options in the computer. So right now, the focus is to get your concept down, okay? Like I said earlier, a lot of the issue that artists have and creators in general have is they're lost in their head. They're lost in the world of imagination, right? We're stuck there, but that's our superpower at the same time. So we have to be very self-aware that we have a tendency to overstay our welcome. And by doing that, we end up getting very little done, as well as we tend to get depressed because of it, right? If we're not on track. It's super important for your mind, your body, and your soul to know that if you're gonna go and deep diving into your imagination, that you better wear the right equipment and know that you can't hang out there forever, you know? You gotta go and put it down. Make something from it. Don't overthink. Take action. Immediately take action. Get the idea, give it some time, put some logical energy into that, but then you need to go and create it. So, like you're witnessing right here. Righty. So remember, my focus right now is just to add the whites, but not to get lost in it. I don't want to get too crazy with the whites, because you can actually mess up a piece too. So try to be quick. Make sure you clean it. If you're using this Presso whiteout, be frequent in cleaning it, and then go in. I highly recommend you use this toned paper, because what this does is it allows you to pull out the whites, pull out the color. You know, it really allows for concept sketching to go the full way. While with the white paper, you have the whites kind of already there, and you either play with the paper and just conserve the whites from the paper, or add a highlight on top of it. But I feel like you have an easier time with tone paper to really get more variety in your color and to explore that, to open that door for yourself. Let's see. So what I'm doing is adding a little bit of definition with this light. It allows it to give it almost like a 3D figure, right? So I'm like adding some shine to the edges of his skull and to his jawline and to like just a little bit, right? Make it pop more. The bottom of his lip, right? So on his nose. Add a little bit. It gives it that extra dimensionality, which leads to better pieces. This guy's looking like a fucking demon right now. Let's see here. I don't wanna. A little bit here. I wouldn't worry too much. Don't be so attached to your concept sketch. Let's go ahead. We're gonna start doing some coloring. Shit. I gotta get a new stand. You guys can see it. So I'm in color mode now. I'm gonna add some tone before I color. I also recommend with tone paper, use color pencils. Prismacolor is what I use, and I use Copic. This is a combination. First, what you want to do, and this is something I learned in a community college art school. Honestly, the best art schools are oftentimes fucking community college. Don't waste your money. Just take a cheap class if you really want to speed up some of your skills. I highly recommend taking figure drawing, some color theory classes, and whatever it is you're entering. If you have a comic book class, take that too, if you're doing comics. Let me see what I got here. So, yay! Hey, it works. Cool. Cool. Maybe I can put it like this. Hold up. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna place this. Okay, I want you guys to see the full thing right here. One second. There we go. Y'all can see what I'm doing now. Yay! Woo! We did it! Cool. Alright, and then I can use this to hold. Hey, what's up? There we go. You guys can't see the Copics, but move it up like this. Perfect. Okay. Since we're done with inking, I don't really need this. I should have it in here. I could just do it on paper, it doesn't matter. Let's see. So, shadow. Shadow. I mean, tone. Just add a little more. Give it more depth a little bit. Just towards the hatching. Alright. Here. Alright. looks good. All right, tone. Time to tone this bad boy. Oh, forgot his ears. Where's my Presto whiteout? Oh, there it is. Thanks, Rocket Man. I appreciate it, brother. Can you hear me, by the way, on the live stream on Twitch or YouTube? Rocket Man, can you hear me? What time did you comment that? 6:02. Okay, yeah, that's too long ago for you to respond. Okay, so we got this going on. Let a little bit more here, and then his ears. So now I want you to remember this. It's super important, honestly. It's really important. You don't need, once again, you don't need to have the exact anatomical knowledge of bodies of animals. You don't need to have the exact. You should have a decent idea. You should have an instinct per se. You can use references to speed that up too while you draw, but don't punish yourself for not knowing exactly how to do ear cartilage, right? Or how eyebrows should be, or whatever, right? You gotta really take what you can, but don't get lost in just pursuing knowledge. You'll always be pursuing knowledge. Don't make it the main thing. You need to also gain experience and produce your own content, your own original stuff. Super important. I can't stress that enough. All right, we got. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do since the paper is warm, I'm gonna try to do a cool, and he's kind of looking, his eyes are super bright, and that's a warm color I'm going for with the red eyes. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do cool tones. So I'm gonna use these cool grays, CA, C2. You guys see it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, so here we go. Cool tones. You don't need too much, just choose 3. It's fine. So what you want to understand is there's parts of a shadow that I don't know why I have this tape on this. Hold on. Some water. So there's the lightest part of the shadow, and then there's the darkest part of the shadow, and a medium part of the shadow. Make it simple, right? There's terminology and all that, and it's good to know that, you know, the terminator line, the reflective light, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you gotta make something look dope, look sick, whatever it is. And it's not about, oh, I applied the right fucking terminator, I did this and that. Just apply a gradient. Make it easy. So I would say I'm gonna put the lightest tones down first. It's easier to work from light to dark. Why? Because once you put something dark down, you can't take it back really. You know, it's easier to go darker into things instead of lighter. Very important information. Oil painting, I think it's the opposite. But I don't oil paint, man, to be honest with you. Oil paint, it's beautiful, but damn, bro, that's honestly mad respect for people who are able to do that. For me, it's a very difficult medium. I'm used to line work. I'm used to what you call it? See, I didn't follow my rules. I just added some shadow. In hairdo, it kind of disappeared. Let me see if I can pull it out because it's really important I show that edge. See, now that I put down the whiteout, watch what's gonna happen when I add the darkest cool that I have. I'm using C8. Look at that. It's gonna look dark, but you can still see it because underneath it, it's so bright. So it gives it that edge that I'm looking for. Alright. Alright. It's fine. The hair, it's gonna have... Since I already know what tone it is, I'm just gonna apply it real quick. It's gonna be a darker. Since his hair is already dark, I'm gonna give him that. Let's see here. Okay, oh, there's some white right here as well. Alright, now I'm gonna add the media, I was supposed to add the light tone. See the lightest areas, it's gonna be top of his nose. The areas that I want them to read right, I'm gonna go ahead and fill that. I'll probably put some C2 cool tone to add on his teeth a little bit. Now they say you should use, I think it was for dip pens, you should use Deleter 2. That's what I used to use, and it works well with Copics because it's alcohol based and doesn't affect. The fountain pen that you saw me using earlier, it's already dried. The ink really, it's not for Copics, but if you let it dry, I think it works just fine, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead adding more shadow. Or you guys can't really see it. That's how light it is, right? The tone I'm adding right now. So these are some scars I have right here that I gave them. Go. Now we're gonna add the medium tone. So this is a little more darker. I probably should have got like a C5 or 4, but that's fine. This character, he is kind of a dark person, right? So, a conflicted person. I will add this medium tone on certain, like, let's see, areas to accentuate the carved aspect of the character, right? So like to give it a little more dimension. Give it a little more dimension. add a little bit of depth to it. Um, see, often where you would put the hatching, that's where I would put the medium tone. Um, that's a general idea you can kind of use as a guide. I would say, just wherever you put hatching, that's where you would kind of apply this medium tone. And I would say. I think that's enough. That tone, and now I'm gonna add the dark tone. Let's get through this, guys. Come on. We still gotta do 2 more concept sheets. I'm probably just gonna sketch those 2. I need to start doing page production. I spent a little too much on some work on my website and some merchandise I was developing today, but it's fine. We're gonna get through it. I'm not gonna sleep until I'm done with the tasks. So. I would say so with the dark aspects, it's really only the corners, you know, the things that are furthest away from the light that you're gonna be entering. Things that are concave, that are at the very end of that. That's where you would add some darkness, right? Some of the darkest tone, not just pitch black. So like right here, right? We add a little bit of give the medium tone a little bit of shape by adding the darkest tone. Add a little bit of that there, give it more depth. Ooh, he looking scary, huh? Okay, so we're done with the tones. I could go all day with that, but we're not trying to go too crazy with it. I kind of went a little overboard, to be honest with you. So it's left. I'm gonna put actually some more middle tone on the bulletproof vest. Where are you at? C6. Okay. So there's a cool thing about these Copic markers, Copic Sketch, is they have a brush, they have a chisel, and this chisel is super clutch for when you need to be putting a lot of color down in a uniform manner, while the brush is more gives it a more of a natural look, I would say. It's dot by dot, you know, kind of thing. It's a dot point, while the brush is more like a square point. And almost done. All right. Oh, come on, the color. I'm a color. Now, I added the tones. Gonna add some color. What colors? What color? What do you think? Shit. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead for sure. I'm thinking green, but I'm gonna do the Copics first. So if you do the color pencils first, it'll make your Copics kind of dirty. So I would recommend the opposite way first. And then you can also create a painterly effect if you do it second. So let's see. Moss. Remember, lighter to dark. So lighter colors. What's the light color? You want to decide. Really important. I should recommend people do this when it comes to coloring. So decide how many colors you're gonna have. I would say for this guy, I originally imagined his skin green, not like booger green or something like that, but like a light green. But I want it to be more gray, on the gray side, so a desaturated light green, right? The temperature, I would say temperature, it's more like a cool, desaturated light green. That's one major color. He has black hair. That's how I originally imagined him. So far I have that, and then his eyes are red. That was kind of an off-the-cuff thing. Let's see. What if I made him blue? I don't know. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to go off of what my instinct's telling me. If I want to change the color, you can do that in the computer a lot easier. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to put in green. Let's see. I'm going to choose a couple greens here. We got some Mayonnaise. I'm going to try that out. This one, which is pale green, cobalt green, and then let's try yellow green. I'm going to hear how it looks like on the tone. Ooh, it looks like doo-doo, bro. I don't know about that one. Okay, interesting. It's like an olive kind of. And then there's a chisel tip. Okay, that's more like a medium color. This is a very saturated, more saturated for this one. This is more desaturated. So this is like the lightest version of that one. Let's see here. Which one should I choose? I think. I'm gonna have to go with the lightest color, which was the pale. Right. So wherever I put the tone, that's actually where I'm gonna add the color pencils. It's gonna make it pop a lot more. So right now I'm just putting down a flat color of the pale cobalt green, and only in the areas where it's pale cobalt green. or where the green is, basically. Okay, see he's coming out. Okay. Here. Nice, nice. Liking it, I'm liking it. Next, I'm gonna go ahead. This menu net was this one, right? Okay, yeah. This is more like a mid-tone. So, go ahead and add that. You don't have to be so uniform on it. Just kind of attack it, man. Wherever it leads you, you'll kind of pick up where you need to go with it, you know? Remember, what we're doing is we're illuminating the unknown, the hidden, for the people to see, right? And we're doing that by shining light on it with our techniques, you know? So you see how it's starting to come out a little bit with the yellow green. Now it's feeling a little more three-dimensional. A little more, right? Okay. Add much. Don't worry about making it messy or anything. Don't worry about it. You can clean it all up in the computer. You're here to have a good time, number one, and to create some sick ass art, man. Just focus on making dope characters in this case. So got that done, I would say, with his skin. So we finished his skin color. Now let's see. His teeth real quick. I would say dull ivory. No, that's too brown. Pearl white, it's not gonna go through the whiteout. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be seen. Let's see, soft sun. That might be too brown too. But I might have to use one of these darker colors to really like get through that whiteout. I think that's fine. Let's see here. 0 viewers on TikTok? Crazy. Alright, well, I'm gonna switch off to Instagram. Thanks guys for watching. Alright, we're gonna go on Instagram real quick. Okay, where is hold on a second. Now let's see. There it is. Charge. Alright, cool. Charging. Now it is time. No, it's time to finish coloring this. Let's go. We got the teeth done. We got the eyes done. We got the skin done. Now we need to add pink to the scars. So where are you at? I need a blush. Will be okay. Bullet. Yellow, what's up guys? Alright, yeah, I'm drawing this character named Zaku. I'm just doing some character sheet work. I'm gonna switch off to another one because I'm almost done with this concept sketch. Let's see. Not sure, just like right now, I'm doing some Copic colors. Just to break down what I did. I started off I was doing the TikTok live, and I did pencils. Then I did the inks. I added some black, some white. Then I added some tone with Copic. Now I'm doing the coloring with Copic. And after that, I'm gonna go ahead and add some colored pencils to give it a finished look, and maybe add whiteout around it to make it really pop. That'll be one part of the character sheet. So every single concept gets fleshed out in this process. You have concept sketches, which is what I'm doing here. And there's a profile, a body pose, and there is, hey, what's up, Bucky Abex? Nice to meet you, man. Welcome. Yeah, so there's concept sketch, and then it goes that leads to concept art, and there's also concept writing. All that goes on one big sheet that's in the computer, right? Color exploration, different exploration, don't worry too much about that. You can do that more in the computer, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and just go off of instinct and produce, okay guys? So let's see, this, I'm gonna add a little more darkness to those scars he's got just to make them pop. Okay. Okay, sick. Go ahead. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe I make his piercings blue just to kind of cool things down. Let's see. I like Prussian blue might be too dark. Yeah, that's a little too dark. But you know what? Because I have the whiteout, watch what happens. It becomes lighter. Right? Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that, mate? Take a look at that. Shit. Damn, should I give him blue hair? No. I'm going too far. No. Okay, we're gonna just see. You gotta keep a tight rope on here. Creativity, you know. Sometimes you'll make a big mistake. But we're gonna go ahead and color this little area. Let's see. I wanna make it pop. Pretty sick. I think I'm gonna add a little more blue to the bulletproof vest. It is a special kind of vest. So in my story, the tech side of things, I'll just say a little bit. There's something called spirit stainum, and what that is crystallized. I suppose it's crystallized spiritual power. Let's just say that. There's more to it, but I don't want to get too into it. But this is like a mithril ore, I guess you would say, right? And if you ever played RuneScape as a kid or something, got a bulletproof spirit stainum vest. This can easily take bullets, regular bullets, but spirit stainum bullets are another matter. Okay, so we got the coloring done. Now we just need to add just a little bit, I would say. A little bit of color pencils. So this is pretty bright one. To kind of accentuate that green, his skin a little bit more. I don't want to go overboard. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to add more. Let's see. You know what? I've already spent too much time on this piece. I gotta move on. This is peach. Just the scars pop a little more. I took it far enough. I don't really need to keep working on it. I think that's good enough to kind of put in the computer at this point. Oh, look how it bled through. That's all right. These are just to get these pieces down. I think I'm done with that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to another concept. I'm gonna just bring those up to a pencil, finished pencil. So let's see. Maybe I should draw. I've kind of done a character today. Should I do a prop? Environment? Should I just finish what I started with these? I think I'll just finish what I started with these. Okay, so I already kind of spent some time on this one. I'm gonna work on this one, Kesley. I'm gonna design a little bit of her. Now, okay. I'm gonna do another portrait. Whoa. Oh, almost forgot. Finishing touch. This is the cool thing about tone paper. White is so powerful. Oh no, I smudged some. It's okay. It's not big deal. If you do a white outline, dude, it looks like a freaking sticker. Right? So the cool thing about making these character sheets is you just created a merch. This straight up could be just a sticker right now, right? Like, if I wanted to, which I will probably eventually, it'll be a sticker. But that's the cool thing about this is you're actually fleshing out your world, but at the same time you're creating your products. You're creating the merch you can try to profit from, right? So it's about always making sure you're not wasting any time. Just like if I sat there and just did artwork to make merch and neglected the story, neglected the world building and so forth, maybe that'll be cool for like one big piece, but no, like it's better for me to just focus on fleshing out that verse and making the merch as a byproduct. So just keep that in mind, I would say. Here we go, we got Zakum. He came out, my boy, look at that. The ogre fucking Terminator dude, right? Okay, can't tell you too much about him. We're gonna go ahead and put him away. Next. What's next? What do we got next, guys? Kesley. Woo, we gotta do Kesley. Okay, let me stop recording real quick. I'll leave. I'm gonna stay on Instagram. I just need to get some water. But I'm gonna stop recording on the live stream for Twitch and YouTube, and then I'll be right back to re-record so I can keep this going. All right. Give me 1 second. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna put this here for you guys. Show you some finished work. What's coming up next? I should put it like this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Damn, I can't take my phone. Damn, bro. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's freaking hot in here. Hold up. Fan on. Okay. I gotta move some Okay, so now we're gonna be designing Kesley. So she's kind of like this elitist, high-ranking, high-class. I don't want to say gold digger, but she has that kind of energy. She's not a gold digger. She's a status chaser, for sure, and it's for her own personal reasons. Let's see, Kesley. Kesley. She's not necessarily like a symbol of beauty in the story of like one of those kinds of Boa Hancock characters or Marilyn Monroe figures, but she's kind of there. She's got that going for her a little bit. She does use that to her advantage, and she's very voluptuous. She's got curves. Okay. Let's see. How the hell does she look like? That's the question. That's what we're gonna figure out right now. So, I put my earbuds on. And sharpen my pencil. It's time to draw. Look how sharp that is. Basically a shank. Alright, let's get this sheet over with, mate. Okay, Kesley. So let's get her profile picture in. For me, when I figure out a character's face, the body, and the rest of it kind of comes pretty rapidly after that. Think of it when you're designing something and you really don't have too much of a clear path for the design. Think of it like certain dominoes weigh more than others, and if you take those down, then the whole process will become very rapidly. It's an unraveling. So don't be too intimidated to create your own characters. It's something that, if you really like whatever genre it is, for me, it's comics, anime, manga. If you're really into it and you take pride in these stories, these legendary stories and characters, and you want to create your own, and don't be afraid, really. Like, just understand that it's not something that is gonna be step by step clear to you, but if you just attempt to take down one of the bigger aspects, so like character, I'm working on one right now, right? Character design. You're gonna have to know how her face looks like, right? So that's gonna tell me a lot about this person that I'm drawing. It's gonna tell me a lot about probably her fashion sense too, depending on how she does her hair or whatever. Let's see here. I do like that beauty mark. I think that's cool. It's kind of like a symbol of sexy woman, I guess you would say, because Marilyn Monroe made that thing. Her wavy hair. So look how light I'm holding this pencil, by the way. If you're an artist and you're drawing like you're stabbing into a freaking rock, you're gonna bring a lot of frustration to your process, unnecessary frustration. Be loose, see where the daydream takes you, man. Like really, just kind of fall into that. See where it takes you. No, okay, this character works in the government of my story, right? The cloud, the secret government. She's a high-ranking official, so they're gonna probably have some kind of government uniform. Okay, is she an unorthodox kind of character? Is she a wild card like Mugen from Samurai Champloo, or is she very professional, very like, focused, like Jean from the Samurai Champloo series, for example, right? Like, try to understand that shapes, our culture, they all have a language that every artist is kind of participating in, and be aware, because those are your tools. That's your toolkit. So let's see here. So it looks like scribbles to you guys. You can kind of faintly see a face going. I'm still feeling out. Like imagine I was blind and I was touching this person's face and body and shit, and I'm like, okay, how does this shape work? Like, oh, that's your eyeballs? Oh, okay. Think of it like that. As an illustrator, you're illuminating something that nobody else can see, and sometimes you can't really see it too in the process, but you can see a little bit of it, and that's your job, to shine light and to see more and more of the form. Okay, so coming in with a preconceived notion of the character is fine if you have an established design, but try your best to be loose when you're concept sketching. That's the whole point, right? You want to get the best concept sketch so you can turn that into a character that belongs in your story world. Hey, welcome guys. What's up, Awoken? How you doing, brother? Hey, Diego. And hey, Tint. Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate you guys. Okay. So this character kind of has a resting bitch face. A lot of my characters have resting bitch face. But this character is quite literally a bitch as well. So she's gonna have this attitude when she's talking to fucking peasants and shit, like peons that are not of her social class. What's up, man? Good notes. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I like that she has thick eyebrows. I think that's cool. Glasses? I can see her wearing that. Can I see her wearing a dress is what I'm thinking about. Thinking about that one character from Final Fantasy VII, Scarlet. I would say... Kesley, no, I don't think she's like that. I think Scarlet's got too much gold digger energy. So yeah, I think that's a little too further in the other side of the spectrum of what I'm going for in terms of vibes. So she's not that far. Is your hair well kept? That's a question. What is she? Is she professional? What is she? Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's an elitist. She's a professional character. She's got a high rank. She's got to care about her appearance, of course. So unless she's a lazy person, she's gonna take care of her looks. Exploring different things here. Some water. Alright, I think that's a glasses. So right now, nothing is going to be really clear to you guys until I do a second layer of pencils. What I'm doing right here, I'll call this step 1, which is concept gesture. You can call it a sketch or whatever, but this is about energy. This is about signature, keyword. Okay? What's the signature of this character? Step 1. Step 2 is going to be concept. Fuck it, I'll spell concept. Okay, concept, sketch. And then from sketch, it goes into tightening. And so sketch is going to be, this is probably concept sketch right here. This is the concept sketch level, I would say, but it's not finished. Sketch to tightening, that's where it leads to. And you don't have to make super tight pencils because that's kind of a waste of time if you're gonna ink it and color it. But you need to make tight enough pencils where you feel inking won't be a hassle, where it won't cause you to screw up. That's super important. Okay, guys? Let's see. The big show. Classic WWE. Sketch has a little more construction, but you're gonna bring it to a tiny. So let's see. Doing a little bit of construction as well here. So. Sure, kind of like this silhouette. I think. All right. We're gonna use a kneaded eraser now. I think I did enough time on step 1. Don't wait too attached to the drawing. Don't worry. It's okay. You want to have a little bit of the imprint from the layer below. If you're a digital artist, I just finished layer 1, right? I finished the gesture. But instead of just making that gesture invisible or lowering the opacity, that layer visible or lowering the opacity, what I'm doing is lightly erasing the lower layer. Okay, let's see how we're gonna go about this. So now we're gonna do a sketch. Alhamdulillah, excuse me. So, I think a cool little tip to know when you're drawing the ears, they're typically, I mean, unless you're drawing some kind of creature, for a humanoid kind of character, the ears are as long as the bottom of the nose and the top of the eyes. So the nose would be here, eyeball, eyeball. Even now, by the way, I'm being super light. I'm not stabbing, chiseling into the freaking page, guys. Oh, I don't know why I'm so sleepy. Not sleepy, but yawning so much. So female characters are gonna tend to have softer, rounder edges. I would say thinner necks. Like this neck's actually too thick. Be gone, mosquito. Kind of tying it up a little bit. So the placement of the eye is a little too high. If you're kind of stuck on an area, just go to like another part, you know? You don't want to get too hyper focused in one spot because you could easily burn time away. So, hair. That's just kind of throwing me off right now. Did I give her long hair? I think so. I think long hair actually it shows maturity in a way. I think I'm gonna do that. Long hair. Shrink her face a little more. So usually character is gonna be 2 heads long. So you got 1 head here, 1 head here. So the shoulders are pretty far down though, but you kind of play with the anatomy yourself a little bit. Just kind of locking it in a little bit. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea. Her eyes over here. What's up, Aaron? What's up, bro? I think wavy hair, but this is there's something up. I need to figure this out. Voice. Uh-oh. I gotta hold down the page, man. Get into bending it. What's up, Alan? See, the character's starting to come out. It's all starting to unravel slowly but surely. Glasses are kind of. What's up, Zero? Damn, her hair is really throwing me off, to be honest. Damn. All right, I'm gonna be live streaming for a little bit, then I have to go pray. But I'll try to get some sketch this character out. So I won't be on here too long. I will be back once I'm done praying, though. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Starting to come out. So she has kind of like this S formation bang. So, S shape. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Shrek. I think one long sideburn. Go pray, so I'm gonna probably end this in a little bit right now. Just need to add mind that. I don't mind that look. This is a little bit of details on it. Alright, I gotta get out of here. It's already gonna be 8. Go pray. I'll be back after night prayer. And yeah, I just gotta finish all these pretty behind. So I'll be back soon.